Okay, we did a program not too long ago called Donuts with Dad, and it was, I have to say, this has been one of my most rewarding, amazing programs that I've done. We thought that it would be fun to have kids come in with their dads, because when you do story times, you always have the moms and the little kids. And the most interesting thing was seeing who the kids' dads were and seeing the difference with them. We had one little boy that always comes to a program that talks our ear off, and when he was with his dad, not one word. He was right there with his dad. But as they all came in, we had about 35 sign up, and we had approximately 67, 70 people actually come. Some of the dads had more than one child. And they all came in the room. I had tables set up over on this half of the room, and this half of the room was ready for stories. So they all came in with their kids, and the kids were just hanging on their dads, and they came and sat down. I had some chairs, but not chairs for everybody, because that would have taken up too much room. But a lot of the dads just sat on the floors, and the kids snuggled in with them, and they were just so cuddly with their dads, more than I've seen at most story times. And we read two very funny books, My Dad by Anthony Brown, and the dads just laughed. It's like they had never heard this book before, and the kids just giggled at all the things about the dads. And then we read You Can Do Anything, Daddy, which is another very funny book about dads and children. And so they were very responsive to that. And just what I wasn't prepared for was the emotion of seeing all of these kids there with their dads was just really very touching. So that part was great. Then we did a craft, and we built it as the dads and the kids come and they can make a present for their mom. This was around Christmas time. And so we had little pots that they could paint, and I had all the tables set up. I've got pictures here of the kids with the dads. The kids sat on the dads' laps. The dads were so patient. No paint got spilled, although I noticed there's a little boy with paint on his shirt. But it was very, very cute, and they made some really cute pots. And then we had dirt for them to fill up with, and some herbs to plant in. Cilantro and I think oregano, that they could plant the herbs. When they did the pots, rather than use brushes, which sometimes gets a little harder for the little kids to use, one thing I found works really good is to take a sponge. This was once a kitchen sponge that I just cut in all kinds of little pieces. And then you get it wet and squeeze it dry with a paper towel. And it's just damp enough that it's pliable, and they can hold it. They've got two ends. They can do the different paint. They can sponge it. You can do stencils, and they can sponge the stencil, or they can use it like a brush and kind of paint like this. And this works really, really, really well for doing a painting of a pot thing. So we had donuts and coffee and apple juice, and that was just set up, and the parents, the dads and the kids could get that as they wanted to as they were working. That was really fun. Some of the comments that I had one dad say, this was really hard for me to get to. I had to change my schedule, but there was no way I was going to miss this. Mm-hmm. And another dad said, this is amazing to have programs that we can bring, that we as dads can bring our kids to, because it's usually just the moms that bring the kids. And so a few comments like that. I was really very rewarded by doing this program, and I thought that we would probably do one again at Father's Day, or maybe Mother's Day, but then it's still a mother's present. But and if we didn't do the craft, like a craft, we did have the pots donated, so that was an easy, inexpensive thing to do. But it could also be little picture frames, or even just games. I think the kids, one thing I planned to do but ran out of time was play games with little relay races or things, and that would have been a really fun thing too. Okay, then one other quick thing. We have a Henderson Teen Talent Show that we do once a year. It started out just in Paseo Verde at our branch, and we had about 13 kids audition. So they all got in because we needed to fill the time. And then we had it again the second year, and we did a district-wide program. That year we had about 36 kids get in, audition. So we had about 24 that we had time. The next year we had even more, so we made it one night for the middle school, one night for the high school. And this is our 5th year of doing our Teen Talent Show. We've had a really good response. This year we had about 89 people that, acts that auditioned. Some of those were 2, some were had a band for people that auditioned. So I figured that we probably involved about 100 teams that participated. When we do the actual talent show, it'll be cut down to about 45 that participate. But the one thing that works really good is that I have open auditions, and so when the kids come in to audition, like when this room was completely full, so they audition, even if they don't get in the talent show, they've had practice auditioning in front of an audience of about anywhere from 35 to 100 people. So it kind of gives them that practice of being able to audition. But I just have some little things out here. If you're interested, I have the rules that we post on our website and our little flyer. This is our poster that we take around to the school. This year we've had Jessica and Sarah join in our team, so we had 5 people on the committee that worked, and we're just to the point of getting things finalized. It's in February. We have it at the mall, now Galleria Mall, because we have a library branch down there. Last year was our first year doing it at the mall, and it works so good. Just a big stage. Before we've done it down here in our reading room, and that was a little logistically problematic because we didn't have as many seats. Now we have more room to spread out at the mall, plus as people walk by, they stop and watch. So if you're interested, I have the rules, I have our scoring judging sheet. We have judges for the talent show that are not affiliated with the library that come in and do the judging, and the entry form. So when the kids come in, they fill out an entry form. It's just first come, first serve as they come in. One thing that we learned early on is that if we make them take a number, I do numbers from 1 to 100. If they take a number after they've auditioned, then we use that number to do the lineup for the kids to get in. The first year, it took a day and a half almost of thinking and rearranging and who goes first, who goes second. And then the person who went last won, and the one who went first said, well, if she would have gone last, my daughter would have won. So it's like, okay, never again. So when they pick the number, then that puts them in the order when they do the performance, and then it's not on us. We just say, what number did they draw, and we know how to do it. So this was a lifesaver. Also, we videotape the talent show, and Ed is our videographer, or has been, and then the parents who want to get a copy of it, we sell it for $10, which is pretty much just our cost. And that saves all of the people trying to get up to the front to do video. Yeah, so, okay, thank you.